PC Games. We take games seriously.
Alright, for all you older game players out there, such as myself, you'll remember all these games. Defender, Sinistar, Robotron, Joust, right? All the arcade classics that we grew up on. Now, for all you youngins, hey, this is where it all started. You don't know what you're missing out on. You got to pick these up. I got to tell you, the sounds are represented perfectly. The controls are really, really good. The only one that's kind of a little problem is Sinistar. They're flying around. It's sometimes hard to control that one. But Joust, I mean, are you kidding me? You got the button to flap the wings. You're on this ostrich. You go jousting with other ostriches. They lay eggs. Trust me, kids, it's a winner. Robotron in the arcades, you remember, had the 2 joysticks and you had to do all this stuff. Well, here you have, you pretty much, you can move and shoot in the same direction. So it's a bit of a bummer, you don't have 2 keypads. But still, the sounds are what really got me. I mean, the sounds are represented perfectly. The graphics are amazing. My favorite, though, is Defender. Defender, now you're thinking to yourself, wait a second, Defender, it had like 700 buttons. You had to do all this stuff and get your elbows into it and everything. I'm telling you, it's incredible. You use the top buttons as well. You had the smart bombs on there. You got the hyperspace going on. You pick up this thing. You got to shoot the guy before the space goes crazy. The whole thing explodes. Now you're screwed. This is a great game, fun action. For all you people out there who loved it, this is Midway's greatest arcade hits. You have got to get this game for your Game Boy Advance. It's unfreaking believable.
All right, we're back, and we're going to talk now about Crimson Skies, High Road to Revenge from Microsoft for the Xbox. What do you think of this one?
Now, I remember this is one of your favorite games on the PC. This game is a lot different, actually.
Yes, much better.
Than the original. I was kind of okay. I thought it was an okay game on the PC. But this game on the Xbox is something special.
It's amazing. It's an arcade action air combat game, and it's set in a fictional history of America, and basically what's happened is that the Depression made the social structure of the country sort of fall apart, and big giant airships are what is the mass form of transit for everybody.
The first thing you'll notice is the amazing terrain and visuals that we got going here. Ooh. The water is phenomenal. Beautiful. You can actually see whales under the water too. It's one of those games where you just like to fly around the world and see all the great caverns, and you'll fly into and under mountains. It is this big kind of virtual world where you can fly everywhere. It's not just flying around either. There's parts where you get behind a gun and you're trying to just sit there and whale guys out of the sky.
And that's the cool thing too. You can do that anytime that you want. You also acquire new planes as you progress through the story.
And you can take your plane and land it, get it fixed up.
That's right. You can upgrade your plane. And it's also got Xbox Live compatibility, so you can be able to play this game with...
can you believe this? I mean,
you're going to be able to dogfight with real people, man. It's amazing.
Flying all over in these beautiful worlds.
It kind of reminded me of the same level of quality that we got from Mechasalt. It's that same kind of in-your-face, really fun, really easy to play, very, very quick and immersive experience. I know one thing that might bug people that are into these flight sim kind of games is that you can't pop into the cockpit and have the cockpit view.
Most of the flight simulators out there are first-person views.
It doesn't bug me because you want to see the plane as it's doing these flips and turns, as it's going through these little tiny crevices and stuff like that. But I know there's flight sim fanatics out there that want that first-person mode, and you can't get it.
Some of the coolest thing for me is when you take out some of these planes, the pieces go flying and the dynamics of the plane kind of going out. Guys will eject out of the cockpit and start to parachute. Although, what I didn't like is that you couldn't circle around and rip
Why
the
did
guy.
I know you were going to say that?
Yeah, but remember, I don't know, if you ever played the game Agile Warriors?
I played that,
old game I worked on the PlayStation. You could do that. You could go back and shoot the
I wonder
parachute.
whose idea it was for that.
The cinematics in the game are really good. The storyline is deep.
Even though it offers a lot of gameplay and a lot of fun and lots of great stuff to see, I mean, the visuals are insane. It is a lot of the same type of combat and action that you're going to be doing again and again and again. And just like Mechasalt, it will tend to get a little repetitive out there. For me personally, though, I love this style of gameplay, and I'm really a big fan of Crimson Skies, High Road to Revenge. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10.
That's what I gave it as well, a 9. On the positive side, the environments and the terrain in this game are absolutely stunning. The explosion and particle effects are extremely dynamic and visually pleasing, and production value is really high.
On On the negative side, the gameplay can get a little repetitive. There's no first-person mode, and Tommy was really disappointed that you can't shoot the parachuters.
What up with that?
Of course he was.
Today on the show, we took a look at Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg for the GameCube. This is a very cute game with original gameplay, but if you hate the cutesy stuff like Tommy does, you're not going to enjoy this one. On the PlayStation 2, we looked at The Great Escape. Nice ambiance in this game, and it's a cool license, but the character models are weak, and there's tons of technical problems. Also on the PlayStation 2, we looked at SSX3. There are fantastic-looking interactive environments in this game and some really nice presentation upgrades, but after 3 SSX games, it's starting to feel a little bit stale now. On the Xbox, we looked at Crimson Sky's High Road to Revenge. This is a gorgeous-looking game with great Xbox Live gameplay, but of course Tommy was disappointed that you couldn't shoot the guys in the parachutes. In hardware, we looked at the Xbox Music Mixer. This is a karaoke machine for $40. It's a great deal, but tell you what, it's not going to make you a better singer. And on the Game Boy Advance, I reviewed Pokemon Pinball. This is a fun game, and you get to collect all kinds of crazy Pokemon creatures. I just wish there was more diversity in the tables.
Well, we come to the end of the show. There's no more games for us to talk about today. We'll see you guys next time.